everybody, you ready for some more roller derby? It is our last game of the tournament with River City Roller Derby's Riot against Greenville Roller Derby Apex Predators.
Both of these teams have won both of their games this weekend, so this is the first place deciding bout.
I'm shaking in my boots.
First out on the line.
It is 19 Colonel Mustard for Greenville and number 85 Eternal Glam Nation for River City.
Glam has to star off and pass to Sweets.
In a Station 2 star pass.
I feel like I'm really quiet.
That one is way quieter. Yeah. All right, with that, Colonel Mustard calls it off, picking up 3 points to start off the game.
We're still not sponsored by Prime. I'm still just drinking them.
I've never had a Prime before. What is that?
It's toxic.
Oh. All right, that is number 400 Brickyard out in the lead for Greenville, up against number 72 Pixel Whip for River City.
Brickyard was able to take a whip off of Bowtie there on the inside line. Some really nice offense through the pack. And calling it.
Brickyard picking up all 4 points, keeping River City at 0. But it's only been 2 minutes.
We're shaking out the scaries. The first 3 jams don't count.
Except for the 7 points that they do.
Well, other than that. Nobody told the scorekeepers that they don't count. And both of these packs all weekend have been running very fast derbies. So I'll be interested to see if they're going to do the same thing in this one, or if the third jam of the weekend is going to catch up to them. Third game of the weekend.
And we've got number 56, Barry and Betty, going up against number 22, Cindy Boo-Hoo, with Barry and Betty out first and picking up lead jammer status.
And Boo just whipping her hips around 03 Bulldozer in the front. Bulldozer's been killing it all weekend.
Boo whipping her hips around to a cut track, unfortunately, meaning this is a My Postseason Hell podcast power jam for Greenville.
That would be Sweets and Bad and Bougie up front, trying to hold Barry and Betty. Fighting until the no pack. And it looks like Greenville's playing more passive offense, forcing the River City pack to bridge rather than coming up and doing a whole lot. Iodante de Satan is in the box on a low block, I believe. Right?
I think illegal contact.
And again, Sweets has the star in hand.
We saw a Station 2 star pass to Sweets, the pivot, who is now coming back around.
As Bulldozer goes to the box. So each team will be starting this next jam with only 3 blockers on the track.
I'd be so relieved as a jammer to see Bulldozer was in the box.
For real. We've got Cannabelle on the line for River City. This is Cannabelle's first time jamming with Riot today. She did not jam with them yesterday.
And it looks like we've got a little bit of a holdup. So in that time, we want to thank one of our sponsors, Bingo Beer Co. Join us for the ultimate after party on Sunday. That's today after the final game. That's this game. at Bingo Beer Co., 2900 West Broad Street. They're running a pizza and beer special just for us. So if you want to be around a bunch of stinky derby people, come and celebrate all the teams who've played their little hearts out this weekend.
And it looks like Greenville's jammer will be starting this jam in the box. We've got a power start for River City.
And my Pussies in Hell podcast power start, baby.
Off of the Plug It Up podcast jam line, Dio.
I will never miss a chance to say my Pussies in Hell podcast.
Some beautiful O on the inside by Swole. I don't know if you could hear it, but definitely one of the players just growled at somebody. Kenneba Lee fighting in the back, trying to get around Brickyard. She's able to get around Brickyard, and 3-2-3, lots of whistles.
Ooh, some beautiful O from the little Swole maid. Opening up some room for Cannibal, who gets hit down by Brickyard up at the front of the pack, giving a chance for those Greenville blockers to come up front and recycle.
Despite that power jam start, Barry and Betty is your lead jammer. This Greenville wall was able to shut down Cannibal for that entire power jam. River City holding Barry and Betty strong, as Cannibal still fighting in the back. Penalty on bow tie, and Cannibale's through on her initial pass. Heartless is returning from the box.
We've seen that too.
Sounds like Betty might not be hearing her bench there.
Like an exhausting jam, and through all of it, it looks like each jammer picked up 3 points, which puts River City on the board.
That was really excellent hustle from Cannibal chasing down Betty on that last pass.
It was. I also misspoke. Greenville managed to pick up all 4 points on that with Barry and Betty starting in the box, so that was pretty impressive.
That was pretty bad.
And during this brief little timeout, we'd like to shout out one of our vendors, the Lit Babe Bookshop. Do blind date with a book starting at $6. They come with cute stickers. I've actually never done blind date with a book, and now could be my chance. How cute is that? So check them out over by the wall by, for me, it's the right side of the hall.
All right, we've got 1026 Tanya Farding on the line. It's no longer their birthday, so I don't have to say nice things about them. And that looks like Colonel Mustard jamming for Greenville. Tanya Farding running up that outside line, just got one to beat. I do believe that was Bones. No, that was Smashley Balls up in the front there. Fart putting on the speed.
Gets called off, I think, right before they managed to pick up any points. So nice timing on Colonel Mustard's part.
Also really excellent timing from those referees.
Oh, they were on it.
Eagle-eyed on their jammers.
Looks like we've got number 400 Brickyard going out for Greenville up against number 85 Eternal Glam Nation. I believe this is the second matchup of these two jammers, so we will see who comes out on top. Greenville is starting with one blocker in the box, so we'll see how that turns out.
It seems like both Greenville and Riot might have a 5-jammer rotation. Riot does. Greenville at least has 4.
Ooh, some nice work on that inside line. Glam manages to sneak through, even though Brick Wall was able to pick up a quick lead jammer status that time around. Brickwall makes it through, picks up 4 points, and calls it off. That brings Greenville Roller Derby up to 26 points and River City Roller Derby to 3. But there are 23 minutes left in this half, let alone a whole nother half.
Let's shout our referees. We've got Viva la Evolucion, X-Ray Ted, Chemical Restraint, You'll Need a Rehab, Newbie McHusband, Will Ryder, and Colonel Angus. Thank you, Zebras.
Thank you, Zebras. We are seeing another matchup of Pixel Whip and Barry and Betty. See Sweet sent to the box on a cut track. Barry and Betty knocked to the inside. With Pixel almost making it out on the outside line, but taking a hard fall.
Villain Defoe heading to the box.
I believe for a forearm on Pixel Whip there.
Sounds about right. Pixel Whip's got 2 to beat. That was Smashley Balls with the push out to the outside. Smashley's had a great game all weekend long. 3 great games all weekend long.
And with that, Barry and Betty has picked up lead jammer status, but Pixel is not far behind.
Sweet's rejoining the wall.
With that, Barry and Betty calls it off, but looks like Pixel managed to pick up 3 points on that pass, while Barry and Betty picked up 3 as well.
Greenville will be starting this jam with 2 blockers in the box, so 2 blockers on the track. For River City, the box is clear.
But 2 Greenville blockers are no joke. We see 88 Rumblebee. I can't see the number of the other blocker, but I'm sure they are killer. And we've got Cindy Boohoo jamming there for River City up against Colonel Mustard for Greenville. Who's just dancing back and forth. That 2 wall is very effective there up in the front.
Rumblebee and Heartless up there in the front for Greenville. Giving Cindy Boohoo a run for her money. Villain Defoe rejoining, but not before Boo gets lead.
Boo manages to sneak by on the inside line, picking up their first lead
and a
jammer
hit to the inside by Nat They Be. Lizness Casual playing some defense in the back there on Colonel Mustard. And this wall of T, Swolmade, and Lizness Casual holding Colonel Mustard strong.
Boo making easy work of that pass, picking up another 4 points.
That's a Station 2 star pass.
To number 88, Rumblebee.
And Boo calls it off. A 12-point jam for Cindy Boohoo.
That is the highest, I believe the highest scoring jam so far of the game. And this is Cindy Boohoo's last game in roller derby, so she is really showing off her chops there.
Somebody boo her.
Will you get a second? Can you announce, I think it's Fallon Carrillo. They won like 3 different silent auction prizes, so if they're here, okay. And if not, then I'll call other people.
And that is number 400, Brickyard on the Plug It Up Podcast Jam line up against number 1026, Tanya Farting for River City. Brickyard made quick work of getting it lead, while Brickyard is in and hitting that pack hard.
Tanya Farting still fighting in the back, star in hand, maybe looking for their pivot. And Fart is out and around Brickyard.
Brickyard did some beautiful footwork there on the outside line before calling it off before Fart could pick up any of their points.
You know, I will say one thing about this River City team. Greenville is getting lead significantly more often, which is excellent work on their part. But River City is chasing them down not too far after and really putting on the pressure.
Right. We're seeing a lot of low-scoring jams, a lot of forced call-offs.
Yeah, you nasty. Look, we match. Vibes. That's me.
All right, we'd like to direct you to 2 more wonderful places you can buy from while you're here. One is the merch, not just for River City Roller Derby, but other teams who have been participating this weekend kicking butt all weekend, so pick up some merch while you can.
Oh, wait, I will say the merch stand is going to close at halftime of this game. The River City merch stand. I'm not sure about the visitors. So if you were eyeing up any River City merch, go get it right now. You have 19 minutes.
We got some really cute PBR merch and regular merch, so I would check it out. And while you are over there, also check out one of our vendors, Fist City Print Club. It is a local skater-owned shop selling handmade skate-themed apparel and more. Iggy and I are both wearing Fist City Print Club shirts, and it is run by two of the people on the track today, Eternal Glam Nation and Pixel Whip. So I guess you could say j'adore, I love.
I do believe Glim Glam is jamming right now. She sure is, getting knocked to the inside by Heartless.
She could do it all. Up against, that's Barry and Betty.
Great work there by Bad and Bougie, stopping the run back for Glam.
Glam making quick work of getting through after Barry and Betty on the inside line, forcing a call off. And in that time, we are seeing a Greenville blocker going to the box for directional, meaning they will be starting with a 3-wall this jam. Looks like it's number 72 Pixel Whip, and I need to see the number of the Greenville jammer. This is a great announcer spot, but it is so hard to see the lineups.
It's what?
It's so hard to see the lineups.
For real.
And that is Colonel Mustard, who is there for Greenville.
Yeah, I'm going to need all jammers to wear different hairstyles. Thank you so much. Love the braids.
Colonel Mustard makes quick work of picking up that lead jam status, with Pixel going up against 2-3 Greenville blockers.
That would be Tree Trunk, Smashly Balls, and not sure who.
Is her, I believe.
Oh, beautiful offense there on the inside line, clearing it for Colonel Mustard. For Colonel to pick up 4 points.
Calling it off before Pixel can pick up any. That brings our current score to 39 points for Greenville and 18 for River City.
Brick, maybe?
That is number 400 Brickyard out for Greenville Roller Derby up against number 22 Cindy Boo Hoo. And both jammers immediately met with some strong defense. We are not seeing a lot of movement there from the jam line. Boo tries to sneak by on the inside line.
And that is Bones heading to the box for a forearm.
Brickyard almost
Cindy
making
Boo
it
Hoo
out. But
is your lead jammer. Brickyard being caught up on Swolmade in the back. A 4-0 jam for River City. I think this is the most hype the crowd has been all weekend long. Really goes to show how closely matched these teams are and how excited we are to see it.
Well, and for the last game of the tournament, you know, you can't help but really get into the spirit of things, especially all things considered. 22 to 39, that is not a huge point difference, and it is so early in the game still with just under 16 minutes left. Anything could happen, and we do see Cannibal Lee make it out for lead jammer.
Barry and Betty hot on her tail.
Barry and Betty close behind.
But Cannibal isn't a speed skater for nothing.
Greenville's been picking up those
A 4-0 jam for Cannibal. Her first ever tournament skating with the A-team.
We were seeing a lot of penalties there for the Greenville blockers, putting them down to 2. And a nice hit on the inside there from Sweets to shut it down. We are going to take a little break. are getting back into it. But a quick word from our sponsor of the whole tournament, that is Sacred Roller Skate Supply. You can find them on the back wall by the doors. They are your source for high-quality skates and gear, custom builds, and community engagement. Queer-owned and operates since 2020, Sacred brings not only a unique passion for fostering a supportive environment for skaters of all levels and identities, but also industry-leading brands to support a safe skating style. Whether it's roller derby, perk skating, rink, or recreational, Sacred has you covered.
There was Colonel Mustard there in the back playing a little defense on Eternal Glam Nation. Little jammer on jammer. But Eternal Glam Nation is out for lead, getting around Heartless and Rumblebee. Penalty on somebody. Eternal Glam Nation with the fancy toes.
Glam making the decision to call it off. Picking up 3 points on that go-around. Making this just a 10-point difference with just about 14 and a half minutes left. We are seeing an official review over something. Hopefully they'll tell us after.
They might not.
They might not.
The People's Battle of Richmond is sponsored by Tri-City Gastro, as in gastroenterologists, butt doctors. And they would like you to know, don't let colon cancer knock you down. Get your screening colonoscopy starting at age 45.
And a quick little side note, guys, if you are having tummy issues, it's not you being a hot girl with tummy issues. Go to your doctor. Go to an enterologist just like them, okay?
Just like Tri-Cities Gastro.
Get that colonoscopy, baby.
I'm going to go ahead and assume they're packing up, but just in case they're not, check out Tilted Head Curios if you like things that are weird and dead and have teeth and really cool art. I like the jawbone hangers where she took out the teeth and instead put in like tentacles or gravestones. If you are weird, respectfully, go check out Tilted Head Curios. Respectfully. Listen,
If you are
mano
weird,
y mano.
positive.
I don't say that.
And during this official review, let's give a shout out to all of our officials who have made this tournament possible. Our refs, NSOs, EMTs, everybody who is putting in their blood, sweat, and tears, hopefully not that much blood.
Let's hear it for Team Zebra.
Thank you for people who wanted to cheer for Team Zebra. We appreciate you.
They're definitely not listening to that praise because they're all very focused in doing their jobs right now.
As they should be.
Good job, Team Zebra. Not sure what that official review was, but I'm not seeing anybody head to the box, and I'm not seeing a score change.
Maybe you can find out later. We can make it up if you want. We can make up what it was about.
They were reviewing whether or not Bougie's shorts are amazing, and they have decided that yes.
They were requesting a skating out of bounds on the black jammer. Greenville was. Referee saw that they were seating a cut track and therefore skating out of bounds. No calls on this game.
Thank you. Tanya Farding fighting in the front.
Out against Brickyard, who has picked up lead. Brickyard through for an easy 4. And with just 2 Greenville blockers on the track, we were going to see what Fark could pick up, but Brickyard wisely calls it off before Fark can get over there. So you
sorry.
go for it. You heard it.
For that last official review, Greenville was asking for a skating out of bounds call on 8-5 Eternal Glam Nation, the jammer, but the officials determined that she was seating a cut track. She was yielding appropriately and then called it. Oh, it's the first time we've seen Lilo and Stitches out on the track.
And we are seeing another matchup of Pixel Whip and Barry and Betty.
Some beautiful offense on the inside line by Nat Baby. Clearing the inside for Pixel Whip.
Barry and Betty close behind. Pixel making it through on the inside, picking up all 4 points and calling it before Greenville can pick up any. That brings our That brings our score to 43 for Greenville and 33 for River City. So we are keeping that neat 10-point difference with just about 12 and a half minutes left in the game.
This is a very, very tight game. Also, I feel like I've been saying it all weekend, but a low-scoring game. This is a very defensively strong game. These jammers are fighting.
The idea of jamming against these walls makes me want to not play roller derby.
Yeah, no thank you. Was this an official timeout or a on-purpose timeout? I think it was an on-purpose timeout.
While we are having this time out, we also want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Haunts of Richmond. It is Halloween, baby. So Haunts of Richmond is locally owned and operated, celebrating 20 years as Richmond's haunted history professionals. Public tours, private tours, and special events are offered year-round. Tickets are available at hauntsofrichmond.com, and you can check them out on their socials. So time to get spooky.
People's Battle of Richmond is sponsored by the Fox and Lamb. And we're on. And we're off.
We thought we were off, and now we are to another timeout. So all
is
of
it a
our
timeout,
officials
or
can
is it
be
just
where they
getting
need to
officials
be?
back in place? Official timeout to get officials back in place. Now we're cool.
All right, we are seeing a matchup again of Cindy Boohoo and Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard's been very successful jammer so far for Greenville.
She has been. She also got MVP Jammer yesterday. And Cindy Boohoo got MVP Jammer on Friday. This is quite a head-to-head matchup.
Battle of the MVPs. Woo, Boosum quickly making it through, just missing a hit there from Bulldozer to pick up all 4 points before calling it off.
Bulldozer is also heading to the box. Greenville will be starting with 2 in the box. Bit of a penalty-heavy game for Greenville.
So they swing for the fences.
Yeah, it could be
Positive.
a strategic thing. I mean, you get 7.
Yeah. You got 7, you should use them.
Just punch someone. Just punch someone.
All right, that is Cannabelle Lee up against number 400 Brickyard. Both of these jammers have very fast feet and love the line.
Beautiful offense on the inside by Nat Baby. I feel like Nat's names have been on my lips a lot today.
Jammer fight. After a little head-to-head, Cannibal goes ahead and calls it off, says, I'm not doing that today. So that was a nice, quick 0-0 jam.
Both of them are just like a breath of wind. It's like trying to block the breeze.
And this is a matchup of Tanya Farting and Barry and Betty. Barry and Betty also has been a very successful jammer so far for Greenville.
Looks like Betty's getting caught up on the butt of Raven Darkhold there for River City.
Along with the unpassable shoulders of Foxy Foe, who did just get a multiplayer, but we love her anyway.
Tanya Farting battling it out, trying to get around Smashly Balls, Tree Trunk. Can't quite see who that is. And Bulldozer, which in this case is Bulldoze them. Tanya Farting to the track on, I believe, a low block. This
Tanya
is a
Farting
power
did-
jam sponsored by My Pussies in Hell podcast, your favorite gruesome twosome.
Looked like a fart was almost home free, but
If you couldn't tell, the podcast is about sex.
is it really?
Wow, who would have guessed?
I definitely thought it
Wow,
was
no
just
way.
about like, I don't know, like sexy horror movies.
Barry and Betty choosing to call it. Tanya Farding will be starting this jam in the box. It'll be a power jam start on the Plug It Up podcast jam line.
And a quick word about Plug It Up podcast. They are a horror podcast that talks about the monstrous feminine. They also do really, really fun horror trivia. So make it out to those if you can, because they are a blast.
Add them into your rotation next to the Survivor podcast.
I know, I really need to. It can't all be about queer Survivor podcasts.
Beautiful hit out to the outside there on Colonel Mustard by Lizness Casual. Tanya Farding is back on the track. No lead has been assessed. Tanya Farding running to the inside and around Bones. Juking around Bones.
Bert picks up
No
lead
pass,
jam.
no penalty. There is still no lead. Bones to the box on a back block. Still no lead.
Bert on a little bit of a face-off there with number 1-3 Bowtie. Not somebody I would want a one-on-one with. But thanks to some nice has managed to escape. It runs into the Greenville blockers at the front of the track. Meanwhile, we are seeing Colonel Mustard with those
Tanya
four
Farding
walls.
doing a little spinsies in the front. This River City wall is holding strong in the back, which forces Greenville to bridge forward, leaving it so that Fard only has to get around a few people. Man, I have nothing to say. That was beautiful derby. That was great.
It is beautiful. A 4-4 score there, keeping that nice 10-point difference in favor of Greenville Roller Derby, with Greenville Roller Derby with 51 points, River City with 41. Just about 7.5 minutes left just in this half. And like Iggy said, this is a remarkably low-scoring game, which just goes to show how hard all of these walls are fighting.
Excellent reform to the front by this River City pack.
And that's Eternal Glam Nation out
Oh,
for
and
lead
Brickyard
jam.
taking a whip off of their pivot. It's a foot race. They're on. Eternal Glam Nation calling it off just before Brickyard was able to score points.
Able to pick up a respectable 2 points on that. That was a really fast jam. Damn.
That was great. I was just like, wow.
I love roller derby. Oh, Greenville almost starting without a pivot. Nice catch.
I'm honestly impressed that Heartless caught that. Those helmet covers are awful to try to
What
catch
is this,
or
roller
throw.
derby or softball?
Either way, it's gay.
We have got a matchup of Barry and Betty and Pixel Whip again. Pixel Whip hit out, but that jammer or that blocker does get sent to the box for a forearm.
Barry and Betty caught on this very, very defensively strong River City wall.
With a 1-foot glide on the outside line, Pixel Whip picks up lead jammer status. Because of those penalties, we do just see 2 Greenville blockers on the track, but they are doing their best to help get Barry and Betty out for their initial pass.
Greenville trying to play some offense for Barry and Betty and getting a bit knocked around by the River City wall. Pixel Whip living up to her tiny name, fitting through some cracks.
Pixel picking up another 4 points on that pass, while Barry and Betty is still struggling against that wall. Ooh, we see on the outside line, Pixel Whip on her toes. Oh, almost made it out.
Flying
But got
hit from Heartless. Pixel Whip is tough, though. Got some sort of penalty. Barry and Betty has a star in hand off of her head. Might be looking for Heartless, her pivot. Now, if I were Heartless, I would be playing really great so that I don't have to take the panty.
Oh, I would not want to go against that. Pixel Whip through for
That
another
being said,
4
Heartless
points.
has it. Star in hand. Heartless 3-2-3 is your jammer. Knocked to the outside by Ayudante to Satan.
And with that, we have a lead change.
A 16-point jam. That is our highest scoring jam of the game.
That brings River City Roller Derby to 59 and Greenville to 51 with just about 4.5 minutes left in this half. And our first lead change.
It's hard for me to not yell into the mic. This is such an exciting game. I'm so sorry for the Twitch stream. We probably sound awful.
I know, I literally lead change right into your ears. But when either team is doing anything, all of this footwork and the defense and how well all of these jammers are working the lines, it's got my heart racing.
Yeah. If you would like to check out a vendor, Ghost Girl Creative sells weird stuff, dead stuff, cute little crocheted creatures. She's probably going to be packing up pretty soon, so head her way if you've been eyeing anything up. She's running a really great deal on some like little tiny bits and bobs that might make good Christmas presents or stocking stuffers. I don't know. Go check her out.
She's also got phenomenal hats. I don't know if y'all saw Pee Wee Hertzman walking around with a little chowder hat on earlier this weekend, but that could be you. Wait, maybe I'll ask Ghost Girl Creative to make me a piece of jewelry out of my my chemo port.
Oh my God, that'd be so sick.
All right,
Brickyard getting around. T and Swolemate at the front.
Brickyard picking up lead jammer for Greenville, something she's very good at. And we have seen a Station 2 star pass to number 99 T. But Brickyard wisely calls it off before T can hit the pack. Brickyard is really good
Yes,
at knowing
period.
where the Brickyard is really good, period. But is very good at knowing where the other jammer is and the right time to call it off.
I was going to say it's a power wall for both teams, but honestly, I think that's true of all of the blockers at this point.
Every wall is a power wall.
Every wall is a power wall. Cannonball Lee jamming in the back. Oh, and a beautiful hit to the inside by Iodante to Satan, knocking Colonel Mustard in. Cannonball Lee fighting, and she's out. It's a
Cannonball Lee
race.
just managing to get lead, but
Little bit of
Gemma
jammer on
a little
jammer.
help there with Colonel Mustard. All right, Cannibal Lee, after some cues from the bench, calls it off. A nice 0-0 jam. That one was a lot of endurance. Takes me back to the days of 27 and 5.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is why we train endurance. I feel like all of these jammers could do like 30 and 5. Brickyard could do like 50.
I believe Swole used to hold a record for the most laps or
I
the
can see
most
that.
points scored in a 2-minute jam.
Speaking
All
of
right.
Brickyard, she's jamming now.
Speaking, you shall manifest her. Brickyard out for lead against 1026, Tanya Farting.
Oh, we have Station 2 star pass to number 99, T. T able to just juke around, smash three balls there in the front.
A little bit of a deja vu where Brickyard is calling it off again before T can hit the pack. And that brings us back up to another tie. That is 59 points to 59 points. With 1 minute and 40 seconds left in this half, this may be our last jam.
What a close game. I know that's like very obvious they're tied, but wow, this has been so close the whole time.
All right, that is Eternal Glam Nation up against Barry and Betty. Glam has been doing a great
Betty pushing
job of
hard
stepping
into this
around.
wall of Raven Darkhold and Bad and Bougie. The two butts I would like to not booty.
Barry and Betty able to get past that 2 wall to pick up lead.
Lilo and Stitches and Bowtie there in the back doing an excellent job holding back Eternal Glam Nation. Along with Rumblebee.
And we have seen a Station 2 star pass to number 179, Raven Darkhold. I'm sorry, 178.
Get it right, Dio.
So embarrassing for me, especially when she gets out of the pack. But Barry and Betty does call it off, and it looks like may have picked up 1 point.
You know, I'm a little sad. I love watching very strong blockers jam.
Oh my gosh.
It's like Bulldozer had an excellent jam, I think, on Friday. Would love to have seen Raven actually be able to go through the pack on that one.
Raven's a bit like a bulldozer in her own
For
right.
real.
With just 10 seconds left on the clock, we do see a timeout on the River City Roller Derby side. And we want to thank our sponsor, Vinyl Conflict.
And our other sponsor, Equinox Counseling. Thanks to Equinox Behavioral Health, explore, learn, share, ... evolve.
Every time I think of this, I just think of like live, laugh, love, eat, pray, love.
Gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss.
And you know what? If you go to Equinox
Maybe
Counseling,
not gaslight, they're counselors.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe they'll teach you to not gaslight girl boss. Or help
Let's
you
also shout out our non-skating officials. I don't know how many people you can see on the track right now wearing all black, but they're scorekeepers, our penalty trackers, our penalty box timers, our scoreboard operators. They are doing it all. Thank you so much to our NSOs. Especially thank you to our visiting NSOs.
All right, and what will be the final jam of this half? We are seeing Colonel Mustard up against Pixel Whip. Pixel Whip getting hit to the out by Villain Defoe.
Oh, Colonel
And-
Mustard just able to sneak around Lizness Casual and T there in the front.
Pixel Whip making it through on the outside.
Woo! Bit of a spill. I feel like I say this every game, but it's slippery out there.
Pixel almost gets taken away.
I think
but
Nat Baby might be carrying Pixel Whip to the box after that one.
Nat
Not
may
to the
be
box, to
carrying
the bench.
Pixel Whip away like a sweet little baby into our halftime. That is Greenville Roller Derby at 62, River City Roller Derby at 59. This is a nail-biter of a game, so come back after our intermission.
Last call for merch.
Also,
okay, CC.
maybe last call for concessions. Head on over to the concession stands. Can I get a yum? A yummer? But in this little break, I want to give a huge shout out to Shred and Lane and everybody who has been running our live stream. Every time I look over
Live
at it,
stream up.
I don't know what I'm looking at, but it looks good.
This is a great time for skaters on the track to, make conversation, make friends, find out if anybody has the squeaker from a rubber chicken in their bra. You never know.
Also a great time to make enemies if you feel like doing that.
They'll tell somebody their makeup looks bad.
I might have made an enemy and not even known it before.
Yes.
How could I not? Making an enemy? Me with these big, beautiful brown eyes? Come on.
We are a bit crowded around the
These
penalty
big, beautiful
box.
brown eyes.
Inquiring minds want to know if that's what's going on or if they're just being sociable.
Before this tournament, I don't know why I said this like this. Before this tournament is over, make sure to stop by Dragon's Way Wellness. Check out their beautiful crystal jewelry and keychains. Here for a limited time, only on Saturday. So they are not here. Iggy just told me
No,
they
they
were.
are here. They're over there. They're really nice.
You know
My
what?
bad.
I bet their crystals and jewelry and keychains were beautiful.
Also, I forgot to mention Fallon Torella. If you are in the building, can you please head to the back corner? You've won a lot of things. Fallon Torella to the back corner.
If you don't want them, I'll take them.
It could be Torella. It could be Torreya. My bad if I said it wrong.
If Iggy was wrong, they will be taken
But
out
I'm
back
pretty
in
sure it's
shots.
Fallon and not Fan. A little bit of jammer on jammer. See, earlier in the day, I said that I think jammers only hit each other for fun. That was actually strategic. Eternal Glamnation. I don't know if we saw, but earlier she was able to use her teammate's jersey to keep herself in bounds. Brickyard hot on her tail.
Oh, Glam, some fancy footwork on the inside before calling it off. And you know, Brickyard just got drafted for Team USA. So
Yay,
huge yay for that.
Brickyard!
But I know that it must feel good if you manage to get lead against her. Jeez.
We're at 62 to 62.
Oh,
Man,
we're
if they
tied.
stay neck and neck this whole time,
I know.
I'm going to develop an ulcer.
I'll develop one too so we can match just like the score.
Pixel Whip out in the front. Barry and Betty still fighting.
Pixel Whip getting through while
And a track
Barry
cut
and
on
Betty's
Barry
been
and
called on
Betty.
a track cut.
This is a My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam for
Power
Pixel Whip.
Jam. Ooh, Pixel almost making it out, but getting hit to the inside, facing off against a now four wall up in the front and looking for some offense. Just managing to stay in, but
And a cut track assessed to somebody. To Pixel
picking
Whip.
up a cut track, which means it is now a power jam for Greenville.
Barry and Betty entering with speed. I would sing that coming in hot audio from TikTok, but I don't think I know it.
Just as we see the score ping-ponging, we are seeing the jammers ping-ponging in and out of the box this jam.
There's some beautiful O happening by Bowtie.
Some nice passive O. Little Swolmade was the last bastion there in the wall, keeping Barry and Betty from scoring, but does get assessed on a forearm penalty. Meanwhile,
Pixel Whip is back.
Back in.
I'm going to go ahead and just assume that that was Bulldozer who knocked Pixel out.
I think that's a
Is
safe
she even on the
assumption.
track right now?
Pixel Whip was our lead jammer, but because she's been assessed a penalty, that means this is a full 2-minute jam with just about 20 seconds left in it.
That's Nat Maybe and Lizness Casual, now joined by T holding in the front, while Lilo and Stitches, Bowtie, and I want to say Rumblebee are holding in the back, holding on the Pixel Whip.
One last blocker for Pixel to beat.
That hit to the inside was by number 22, Bones.
And Pixel does pick up all 4 points on that pass, making that once again an even scoring jam, and once again keeping our score even. 66 River City, 66 Greenville. I am on the edge of my seat, but I can't
The
be there
nail
for
biter.
all 26 minutes. My butt's gonna hurt.
Yeah, man. Is it a lead change if they're both lead?
No.
It's a lead unchange. That's Cindy
That's
Boohoo on the line
balance.
for River City. And
Some nice footwork on the outside gives
and
Cindy
that's Colonel Mustard
Boo-hoo.
in the back for Apex.
Lead jammer. Up against Colonel Mustard, who
Colonel
is
Mustard really doing an excellent job of challenging the arms of those blockers, forcing them to drop their arms or else get a multiplayer.
Boo around on the outside. And Boo calls it off. We'll see if Colonel Mustard was able to pick up any points on that last go-through.
She was not.
She was not, which means that pulls River City ahead by 4 points to 70-66.
I wish our lead changes were sponsored. Can you imagine how many we would be saying
We
right
need
now?
something really short.
You know what Jags and I were saying earlier too? The announcers should be sponsored, like the announcer table.
That's true. Who wants to sponsor me?
Pay us money.
I will wear a shirt while announcing.
I'll sell my soul for roller derby. Brickyard scooching by on the outside, able to get around the butt of Nat They Be.
Cannibal
Lee.
Lee out. Brickyard racing to get up, passes 2 blockers.
Man, Brickyard is just going through these blockers like a pinball.
May have gotten all 4, but we see Swollmaid really sticking her butt out. So, nope, looks like that worked for Swollmaid because Brickyard just picked up 3 points on that pass with 69. Nice. You got to be at a number. That's the one you want to be at.
I was kind of hoping they would each get 3 points and end up at 69.
Double 69.
Right.
I love being an adult. All right, skaters are on the Plug It Up Podcast Jam line, and that is going to be Colonel Mustard against Eternal Glam Nation. Colonel Mustard been going out a lot for Greenville and being very successful.
That is true. She's been jamming it up.
Gets tripped up there by Sweets.
Caught up on Raven Darkhold and Sweets in the front.
And this
Eternal
pack
Glen
is
Nation right
running.
behind.
Glam
Little spinny
with the
spin.
Spin is close behind Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard picking up, I think, 1 point on that pass before calling it off and before Glam can pick up any points. So we are tied again, 70-70.
Tie game. And it's not just because Bowtie is on the team and on the track. It's a Bowtie game.
And we are going into a timeout. I also need a second to catch my breath. Check out our vendor and the sponsor of the tournament, Sacred Roller Skate Supply. Sacred, honestly, y'all, they are amazing. They are local, queer-owned. We love J'adore. If you need anything from sticky wheels to skate on a concrete polished floor like this, some nice gear, really anything you could need for roller skating and roller derby, you can find at Sacred, so check them out.
They also have really cute earrings and necklaces and stickers. So if you know a skater and you wanted to pick up like a little gift for them, check out Sacred in the back. They're awesome. Also, shout out to our EMTs. I keep saying, love that you're here. Hope I don't see you.
I've been at the EMTs every single game to tape on my fingers, so thank you for supporting me specifically.
Yeah, they did help me sanitize my Velcro burn.
Oh, that would be
So
a
did
terrible
Danny.
thing.
It was a bonding experience for us both.
Was it actually Danny Banani or was it
no.
Flannable Lecter?
No, it was fake Danny Banani.
That was honestly the M. Night Shyamalan twist of this tournament for me, was that they had switched jerseys and numbers. M. Night Shyamalan, please stream Trap, now streaming on Max. I am not getting paid for the sponsorship. I just really love Trap. All right, we are seeing Brickyard go up against Pixel Whip, both incredibly fast jammers. So this may be up to the defense and offense.
Swolmade able to knock Brickyard out to the outside.
Neck and
but
neck.
to Brick's credit, ooh,
Pixel Whip tripping over Brickyard, tripping over Pixel Whip, but Brickyard does come out on top and claim lead jammer status.
Brickyard with excellent track awareness there. Really great understanding of who she has already passed and who she needs to come in behind. Like lightning fast exiting the track and getting back on.
Brickyard through for 4 points. Pixel Whip has passed it off in a Station 2 star pass to number 99T.
Our sponsored Star Pass, sponsored by Station 2. I think some people have been getting confused as to what magical type of Star Pass it is. It's sponsored by a restaurant called Station 2, and they're great.
Like what's that? Is there some show on ABC that's like on around the same time?
Oh, Station 11?
That one's on Max, also excellent, but there's something that's like on after Grey's Anatomy. Anyway, Station 2 is Station 2 is a great restaurant in Chaco Bottom. They have some really delicious milkshakes, some burgers, and they have fun trivia, so definitely check them out.
I can't see who's jamming.
That Brickyard jam managed to bring Greenville back in front again to 77 points to River City 70.
Cindy Boohoo in the back fighting against Villain Defoe.
With Colonel Mustard in the front. Cindy Boohoo's getting sent to the box, making this a My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam for Greenville.
Woo.
And Colonel Mustard picks up lead.
Colonel Mustard, they're able to spin one of the blockers around with the force of her hips and then get around them. That was really cool. And a track cut assessed to Colonel Mustard.
Looks like the track cut was assessed on Bad and Bougie.
Oh, thank you.
Colonel
I was very
Mustard,
confused as to how she called it off.
Less frequent to see a track cut assessed on a blocker, but they do happen. Colonel Mustard able to pick up 4 points there. 81, Greenville Roller Derby, 70, River City. Really a jam or two difference, so it is still an incredibly close game with 21 minutes left on the clock.
Starting off with this My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam off of the Plug It Up podcast jam line. Absolutely no offense right now for Barry and Betty as the Apex Predators are getting ready for Cindy Boohoo to re-enter.
With a no pack called that gives Barry and Betty the chance to sneak through for a lead jam. Cindy Boohoo close on their heels.
We've got 2 River City blockers in the box.
Number 271, Listeners Casual, giving a nice low hit to Barry and Betty, forcing a call off. But Barry and Betty was able to pick up 1 point for Greenville, bringing them up to 82. Skaters heading to the Plug It Up podcast jam line. That is a horror movie podcast about the monstrous feminine. I will never stop shouting out the ultimate monstrous feminine film of the year, The Substance.
2 blockers versus a Team USA jammer.
That is Brickyard there against Tanya Farting. Brickyard picking up yet another lead jam status for Greenville. That has been many for them. Far almost taken out by Bulldozer, but manages up. That is being assessed as a track cut. So Tanya Farting is heading to the box, and we are getting another My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam for Greenville.
Wow, blink and you miss it. 4 points for Brickyard.
And part of the ease of those 4 points was both from the great offense from the Greenville blockers and some really nice jamming and footwork from Brickyard.
Absolutely. Yeah, for a second there, they were holding Bad and Bougie at the back to try to force a no pack in the front. We might be looking at a new high-scoring jam. Currently, it's at 16 for Pixel Whip. Tanya Farting, fancy footing it around, getting knocked out by, I believe that was Smashley Balls.
With Brickyard picking up another 4 points, she officially has the highest scoring jam so far of the game. Tanya Farting getting sent to the box for another track penalty. Making this another My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam. With Brickyard picking up another 4 points, we may be seeing the highest scoring jam of the tournament. Here,
That sure
folks.
is. It already is, and she's coming in for another scoring pass. Nice little hit out by T.
Brickyard calling it off after that hit out. And congratulations on the highest scoring jam of the tournament with 28 points. 30
No,
points.
30.
Holy cannoli. That makes Greenville Roller Derby's score at 114 to River City Roller Derby's 70. 17 minutes and a half left on the clock. We are heading into a timeout.
Time out for Apex Predators.
And in this time, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Kinker Press. Thank you to Kinker Press for printing our programs. They are so pretty, shiny, and gorgina. I love feeling like I'm in a yearbook. Positive. I really mean I love it.
They are very cute. I'm really jealous I don't get one.
Can you just take one?
Maybe.
If there are any left, please give it to Iggy. They have been wanting one.
All right. Also, shout out to the Cowbell crew. You guys make this so hype to be in here today. Oh, a crew of one. It's just Betty Clocker.
A crew can be one person. A family can be one person.
People's Battle of Richmond is sponsored by Body Arc, fitness that is independent of the noise. Are they queer owned?
I have no idea.
I know they're very queer friendly at the very least.
Saying independent of the noise is giving real queer vibes.
That's truth. So is their big rainbow mural on their wall.
Woo, some fancy footwork on the outside. That is Colonel Mustard picking up lead. Tanya Farting out of the box.
And a Station 2 star pass to number 99, T.
Colonel Mustard calls it before T can hit the pack. You know, I would do that too if I saw T barreling at me.
Truth. "17 minutes left in this half, and it is Greenville 118 to River City 70.
Heading into Jam 10, that is it's Jam 11, Barry and Betty against Eternal Glam Nation, a matchup we've seen a couple times with varying results on who gets lead. But we do see a penalty assessed on Barry and Betty, meaning this is a My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam for Eternal Glam Nation.
Man, I wish every GRCC game was this hype.
This is something that these Riots could really use with the score not being as close as it was. But Glam is facing a tight 3-wall of Greenville blockers at the front, trying to push them off. And Glam is through for another 4 points, while a penalty for a multiplayer is being assessed to bulldoze her. Barry and Betty in hot from the box.
T able to keep her feet, though.
Ooh, Glam with a nice
taking
shirt
a
whip
little-
off
a
of
little jersey whip.
Matt Maybe. And Glam calling it off up at the front of the pack.
God, it's so loud in here, I can barely hear the refs.
I know, Glam.
I'm sure
did-
those players are suffering.
Glam used most of that power jam. Picked up 8 points, bringing River City to 78. Greenville at 118. 15 minutes left on the clock. I keep on saying how much time is left on the clock because I'm so anxious. Like, I just want to see who wins. Everyone's doing such a good job.
I might turn down the music a little bit. It's so loud. Let's hear the refs.
I know, especially this particular song sounds like how my panic attacks feel.
That's Pixel Whip getting hit out to the inside by Heartless.
Against
Colonel Mustard fighting in the... No, I'm sorry. That's Brickyard fighting in the front.
Oh, Pixel Whip out for lead.
And Brickyard is your lead jammer, although Pixel Whip is in front of her.
But we do see a River City blocker heading to the box, meaning that they will be starting 2 blockers down going into this next jam. That leaves it down to Lizness, Casual, and T to hold it down against a 3-wall of Greenville blockers.
Greenville is also starting with the blocker in the box. I think that is
2
Bulldozer.
blockers.
Two
It's
blockers
a 2
in the
on
box.
2. What a demure and mindful small little pack. Cindy
Cindy
Boohoo out for
Boohoo
lead.
on the inside line. Colonel Mustard also making a run for it on the inside line, but getting caught up on Lizness Casual's hip.
T and Lizness Casual holding down while Boo passes
Cindy
for another 4
Boohoo.
points.
Wow, really excellent strength from Colonel Mustard, able to receive a hit, take a knee, pop back up, keep
All right,
running.
we are seeing another 2-wall of T and Little Swolemade. Boo through for another 4 points before calling it off. I do believe Colonel Mustard may have picked up some points on that round. Looks like no, so that is an 8-point jam for Cindy Boohoo, bringing River City to 86 to
Yeah, I didn't
Greenville's
even
118.
hear that first whistle from the jam ref, the calling it off. I only heard the
I
last
love the
one.
energy. I never want to hear anything again besides you people cheering.
Speaking of, shout out to the refs to even be able to hear each other in here. And we have an official review requested by, I think an official review. Nope.
Well, it's certainly,
Official timeout.
it's a team timeout.
Team timeout.
And in that time, we want to thank our sponsor, Heartfelt Tattoo. By the way, some people got the PBR logo, like the little beer can people, tattooed on them last night. I believe it was someone from Greenville. I think everybody should go get that done at Heartfelt Tattoo.
Oh, I saw it on their leg. Was that James Blonde?
I am not sure.
I don't know. Blonde, if I'm getting you wrong, my bad.
It looks like Buckeye Barnes might be the first person to go get that tattoo with me after the game. Yep.
I also agree that Buckeye is going to go get that tattoo. I saw the pact being formed in your eye contact.
Once Buckeye looks at me, we're in it together.
One
Whether
thing
she
about me and
likes it or
Buckeye.
not.
Annabelle Lee on the line on the Plug It Up podcast jam line.
And that is going to be Cannibal Lee against Brickyard.
Brickyard playing a little bit of defense in the back there, knocking Cannibelle around.
A little tripod
Before
of
coming up
Bad
to
and Bougie.
party with Bad and Bougie Sweets and Raven Darkhold.
Oh, Brickyard just dancing around that butt sweep from Raven Darkhold.
Cannibelle Lee looking to get around Bowtie. And beautiful offense on that inside line by Raven Darkhold, holding back Lilo and Stitches. And tit for tat, Lilo and Stitches just held back Raven Darkhold for Brickyard.
Brickyard again with that good awareness, calling it off before Cannibal Lee hits the pack and picking up 4 points for this jam, bringing Greenville to 122 to River City's 86. There are about 12, just under 12 and a half minutes left in the game. That does give River City time to catch it back up and bring it back to that really sexy tied score. But could be anybody's game still.
Do you believe that's Barry and Betty?
Up against Eternal Glam Nation. And Glam
Eternal
picks
Glam
up
Nation
lead
is your
jammer.
lead jam. Barry and Betty out, stepping over Lizness Casual's very long legs.
Some nice tea. Glam gets hit to the out and calls it off before Barry and Betty can hit the pack. We'll see. Glam did manage to pick up 3 points on that pass through. As a reminder, this is the championship game for the People's Battle of Richmond. Just 11 minutes left as we're heading into an official review.
I believe it's an official review requested by River City.
And this tournament has been the result of so much work from everybody involved, from officials, EMTs, all of the organizers on River City. So we just really want to thank everybody who has come out here to support us, support local roller derby, the teams who have traveled here. You mean everything. Thank you.
Thanks for not making us look like a bunch of losers for putting on a 3-day tournament and then nobody showed up. I appreciate you guys.
Not making us be the kids sitting alone at the lunch table. All right, we are about to find out what that official review was about. Shout out to you for bringing us the news.
They are requesting a review of the points, saying they scored 4 points instead of 3. The jammer on the outside went out of bounds before they passed the foremost opposing blocker. Therefore, 3 points will stand.
Thank you very much. River City was requesting a change to the points in that last jam. They were arguing that it should have been 4 instead of 3. The officials decided that the jammer was out of bounds before her hips passed the last blocker, so the call on the track stands.
In a game this close, you want to fight tooth and nail for every point you can.
Yeah, I mean, why have official reviews if you don't use them?
You're right. You're so right.
Also, weird shout out, but shout out to the Derby children who've been running around today. Everybody's been so cute and so nice and well behaved. We love it. Yeah, it's because Finn just ran in front of me. Absolutely, yeah. Honestly, do we just want to go? Yeah. We've got one River City blocker in the box.
And this is gonna be-
Greenville pivot in the box.
Oh!
Whoa! Beautiful dodge by Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard just dodging that hit from Sweets right after Pixel Whip soared out for lead jam. Pixel calling it off before Colonel Mustard can hit the pack. We'll see how many points she picked up.
How many points was that for Pixel?
I don't
2
know.
points for Pixel Whip.
2
No, I'm
points.
sorry, 3. I forgot we do the thumb.
I also forgot. I also could not find the jammer up. So next year, like I said, maybe we can find a sponsor for eyeglasses.
I'm bad at math, but even I can tell that that's a 30-point differential.
Oh, I was about to do the math on the paper, so thank you, Iggy. That is Brickyard out for lead against number 22, Cindy Boo-Hoo. And we've seen a Station 2
star pass to T.
Brickyard almost dancing around that hit from Little Swole Maid and calling it off before T can score any points.
That's a very quick star pass from River City. It feels like as soon as lead was assessed, it was like, phew, gone.
We've seen a lot of really smooth Station 2 star passes.
They're my favorite kind of
This
star
game.
passes.
All right, that is going to be Tanya Farting up against Barry and Betty.
Barry and Betty getting really absorbed
Tanya
into this
Farting.
wall.
Out for lead jammer.
It's Raven Darkhold, Bad and Bougie, Sweets, able to keep hold. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I should stop making noises. I'm
Tanya
just
Farting
concerned.
demurely going back around the outside.
Tanya Farting battling in the front, trying to get around, and they are out.
Bart picking up 4 points.
Barry and Betty still on their initial pass. Hit to the inside by Bad and Bougie, being drawn back by Sweets. Tanya Farding also being drawn back right now by Rumblebee. And we're going for a slingshot star pass.
Woo, lots of bodies on the floor, but Fart looking to get out of the pack. And we have Fart out for another 4 points.
Jammer to the box for Apex Predators. This is a My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam.
My Pussies in Hell podcast power
Fart
jam.
just getting towed through the pack by Satan. One to beat around Lilo and Stitches. River City choosing to hold a blocker at the back to force a no pack. A 12-point jam for Tanya Farding.
Fart choosing to call that off, so River City will be starting with a My Pussies in Hell podcast power start from the Plug It Up podcast jam line, sending out Eternal Glam Nation as we head into a timeout. After advising with my accountants, it's just a 22-point difference with 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Considering we've seen a 28-point jam this game, that is not insurmountable. All it takes is 23 points, and we made 23 to 0. So, stay tuned. My accountant is Iggy. I can't do math.
Thanks for all of you sticking to the end of the tournament. We know it's been a long weekend and a long day. But, I can confidently say this is the most exciting game I've seen all weekend.
Absolutely. It's the most
Potentially all year, to be honest.
I know champs are next weekend, but champs too. It's all about PBR, baby.
The best derby in the country. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Is it traitorous to say this is more fun to watch than our game?
No. Everybody on the street is saying this. I've heard it. I've been in this building all day, but I've managed to hear it on the street. In this little time out before it is, we see some cheering on the right. Maybe they're cheering for corn.
Oh, they're yelling corn because Cleve Bashimi over here is in a corn outfit.
I want to give a shout out to Cleve, not just for the corn outfit, but also for being an amazing game productions coordinator this year. Made so much of this tournament happen. Really got to give her our pops. Popcorn.
I'm sorry, Dio, that was too corny.
And while we are waiting on this timeout, make sure to check out Fifth City Print Club. They are still set up. I believe they are locally owned, queer, run by skaters. Two of our skaters, Eternal Glam Nation and Pixel Whip. If you want to check out some of their merch and you don't want to go all the way over there, just look at our shirts. Me and Iggy are wearing some of their stuff, so make sure to check them out while we are still set up.
I think we're going to chill on the mic for a second. Back to your post.
All right, we are seeing Barry and Betty up against Tanya Farding, a matchup we've seen a couple times with two pretty successful jammers.
With River City Wall trying to hold Barry and Betty for as long as they can.
But
Betty's out on her initial. Tanya Farding shoving their own teammate out of the way, which is a very valid strategy.
Barry and Betty calling it off before Tanya Farding can hit the pack, picking up maybe 2 points, 1 point on that pass. And we've been getting a lot of nickel and diming 1 point, 2 point, 3 point jams here before calling it off. Just shows how the defense has been the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Eternal Glam Nation, Colonel Mustard, almost hugging there at the back. They're such good friends.
Roller derby's a sport for lovers.
Colonel Mustard trying to wrap around T. Woo.
Oh, Colonel Mustard almost making it out, but getting hit to the in.
Glam fighting at the front against Heartless and Bones.
And Glam
Eternal
is
Glam
out for
Nation able to
lead.
push through. And we've got Colonel Mustard heading to the box, I believe on a forearm call.
Looks like Colonel Mustard's going to the box for a multiplayer, which means this is a My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam.
Glam Nation coming around for another scoring pass.
Some nice O from number 99
Beautiful
T.
footwork. Rumblebee holding on to her in the front there. This is really showing off the power of passive offense, forcing that pack to stretch to the front. Or we can give you a Lisness casual.
Glam almost made it out, got hit to the in.
Colonel Mustard going straight for Swole Maid. Swole able to absorb that hit.
Both jammers getting caught up on defense. Glam with one more blocker to beat up at the front.
Multiplayer called on Nat Maybe. Okay. Oh, and we have Colonel Mustard again to the box. Another My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam for Eternal Glam Nation.
And just what they can use to help close this gap a little. Glam fighting up at the front.
Bones holding on to Glam. Glam spinning around her with a little butt sweep. A 16-point jam for Eternal Glam Nation.
That brings us to 127 for Greenville, 120 for River City, a 7-point difference with about 4 minutes left on the clock, folks. It is coming down to the wire for who will win the People's Battle of Richmond. I'm going to be sick. Not really, I'm not going to be sick.
Is the noise level in the house audible on Twitch? Dang, you guys are missing out.
If you can't hear us from the live stream, if Iggy and I have been chutting up, it's because we know no one in here will be able to hear us over the cheers from our awesome spectators.
Woo!
As we are in this time out, please check out Ghost Girl Creative, one of our vendors. They are run by Tofu, one of our very own skaters. They have so many sickening items for you to check out. We have got Pixel Whip against Colonel Mustard, both two very fast jammers. But we are
nice little offense there at the front by Sweets on Brickyard, but Pixel Whip was already out of bounds.
Starting this on a My Pussies in Hell podcast power jam. Pixel almost
Pixel Whip trying
out.
to run all the way up. Just barely getting hit out by Brickyard.
With Colonel Mustard back from the box. Pixel goes around the outside, picks up lead jammer.
Oh, excellent work by this Greenville offense. Able to clear that outside line, but for Bad and Bougie running up, knocking Colonel Mustard out.
Pixel around the outside for 4 points.
Pixel Whip heading to the box for a My Pussies in Hell Power Jam.
Oh, Pixel has been sent to the box.
Colonel Mustard has the star in hand, but at this point, this is a 2-minute jam. Neither jammer can be lead.
Colonel Mustard out for their initial pass. This power jam is going to be crucial with so little time left on the clock.
Hit out to the inside there by Sweets, number
Nice
1-6.
catch by Sweets.
I would personally describe Sweets as an underrated blocker. She's just where you don't want her. Pixel Whip has returned. Dang, that 30 seconds flew by.
Both jammers caught up on some sickening defense. Oh, Pixel almost.
Pixel Whip is out. Looks like maybe tripped over
Bulldozer.
Strong walls. Look at this. Slow pack.
Pixel on the
Pixel
out,
Whip able to
picking
whip
up 4
around.
Heading into what could be our last jam. It is 124 to 131.
Dio, I can't do this. Like gripping the announcer table.
My hands are so sweaty.
That's Brickyard on the line, on the Plug It Up podcast jam line.
If you are on the live stream and seeing your picture shaking, it's from everyone stamping and yelling on the
Hit out to
on
the
the
inside by Little
bleachers.
Smole Maid.
Brickyard
Cindy
is
Boohoo
out for
right
lead
on their
jammer.
tail.
Cindy Boohoo hot on her heels.
Cindy Boohoo putting on the speed.
Brickyard hitting the wall. Through the pack.
They might be able to both pick up points on this pass. Looks like Brick is waiting for another scoring pass.
Boo is through for 4 points, while Brickyard has made another pass through.
That was an apex fly. It wasn't even a jump. Cindy Boohoo hitting the pack in the front. Brickyard out to the inside.
Boo getting dragged back. Both jammers neck and neck.
T
number
in the
99
front, able to get a
T.
hip on
Hitting
Brickyard.
Brickyard out there.
Cindy Boohoo still fighting, getting hit up on Smashly Balls and Bulldozer. T trying to play a little bit of offense there for Cindy Boohoo.
And these packs are running, trying to save their points any way they can. Or they were in the front. In the back, they are holding strong that River City defense. While Cindy Boohoo is getting pulled further and further back.
Your unofficial score in the venue, 130 to 144 for Greenville Roller Derby. River City is looking hype.
Folks, that was a neck-and-neck game, just relentlessly back and forth, well fought by both teams.
Both teams should be very proud of themselves. That was beautiful, beautiful roller derby. I like that they just scream as their chant. There it is, your rolling whistle.
everybody listen out for your MVPs of the tournament.
Not of the tournament, of the game.
I'm sorry, of the game. MVP for River City Roller Derby. I will announce in a moment because they're cheering. All right, MVP blocker for River City Roller Derby is going to be number 271, Lizness Casual. And MVP jammer for River City is going to be number 85, Eternal Glam Nation. She didn't hear me. Number 85, Eternal Glam Nation.
Yeah, you are. Our MVP blocker for Greenville Roller Derby is number 323, Heartless. And our MVP jammer for Greenville Roller Derby is number 56, Barry and Betty.
And this was the end of the game. Stick around for the awards ceremony. Give a wonderful send-off to number 34, Foxy Phone, number 22, Cindy Boo-Hoo. This was their last game before Derby retirement, and we love you, and we are going to miss you so much.
All right, awards at 6. We'll see you soon.
After the photos, get ready for our awards ceremony.